Okay, I've got something really nice for you. I know you're both from the library, so I brought a book.
Well, there you go, Monty.
Yeah, I brought a book. Now, this is a coloring book.
Okay.
It really is. But you know how books start off, don't you? I mean, at libraries, when they first start a book, it's nothing but blank papers like that. There's absolutely nothing there. Absolutely, all books are blank until you put something in them. Okay, well, as magicians, what we have to do is snap our fingers, wave our hand over it, and then we end up with a lot of drawings and things like that in it. Look at that. Full of drawings.
Okay.
Yeah, but I said this is a coloring book, isn't it? Well, will both of you sprinkle a little color over that book? Oh, that should work really good.
See how we did, Jill.
Well, let's see how you did. Oh, look at that.
Ooh, we got the magic touch,
You got
Jill.
a book now full of color. All right.
Awesome.
Cool.
Hello and welcome back to Friday Reads, where we help you find your next read, and we have a special edition today.
I'm Julie. I'm here with Jill, and we are at Monty's Secret Theater, which is located on Kimberly Avenue. And today we're going to feature books that have magicians and magic. So I'm going to kick it off to Jill for her first pick.
My first pick is called Spellbreaker by Charlie Holmberg. The orphaned Elsie Camden learned as a girl that there were two kinds of wizards in the world: those who pay for the power to cast spells, and those like her, born with the ability to break them. But as an unlicensed magic user, her gift is a crime. Commissioned by an underground group called the Cowls, Elsie uses her spell breaking to push back against the aristocrats and help the common man. She always did love the tale of Robin Hood. Elite magic user Bacchus Kelsey is one elusive spell away from his mastership when he catches Elsie breaking an enchantment. To protect her secret, Elsie strikes a bargain. She'll help Bacchus fix unruly spells around the estate if he doesn't turn her in. Working together, Elsie's trust in and fondness for the handsome stranger grows, and so does her trepidation about the rise in the murders of wizards and theft of the spellbooks their bodies leave behind. For a rogue spellbreaker like Elsie, there is so much to learn about her powers, her family, the intriguing Bacchus, and the untold dangers of shadowing every step of the journey she's destined to complete. So, Spellbreaker.
And I'm kicking off my first pick with the book by Victoria Schwab, and it's called A Darker Shade of Magic. This was published in 2015. Kel is one of the last Antari magicians with a rare, coveted ability to travel between parallel Londons: red, gray, white, and at once upon a time, black. Kel was raised in Arns, Red London, and officially serves the Marish Empire as an ambassador, traveling between the frequent bloody regime changes in White London and the court of George III in the dullest of Londons, the one without any magic left to see. Unofficially, Kel is a smuggler, servicing people willing to pay for even the smallest glimpses of a world they'll never see. It's a defiant hobby with dangerous consequences, which Kel is now seeing firsthand. After an exchange goes awry, Kel escapes to Grey London and runs into Delilah, a cut purse with lofty aspirations. She first robs him, then saves him from a deadly enemy, and finally forces Kel to spirit her to another world for proper adventures. Now perilous magic is afoot, and treachery lurks at every turn. To save all of the worlds, they'll first need to stay alive. So if this sounds intriguing, check out V.E. Schwab, which is Victoria Schwab's A Darker Shade of Magic.
My next book is called Dark Magic. It's by James Swain. This is the first in a series. Peter Warlock is a magician with a dark secret. Every night he amazes audience in his private theater at New York, where he performs feats that boggle the imagination. But his day job is just a cover for his otherworldly pursuits. Peter is a member of an underground group of psychics who gaze into the future to help prevent crimes. Not one, not even his live-in girlfriend, knows the truth about Peter until a seance when he foresees an unspeakable act of violence that will devastate the city. As Peter and his friends rush to prevent a tragedy, Peter discovers that a shadowy cult of evil psychics, the Order of Aestrom, know all about his abilities, and they are hunting him and his fellow psychics down, one by one, determined to silence them forever. Dark Magic is a genre-bending supernatural thriller from a national best-selling novelist and real-life magician.
Oh,
James
there you
Swain.
go.
Mm-hmm.
My second pick comes out of our new collection in the YA section, and it is A Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy Lynn, which was just published this year. I used to look at my hands with pride. Now all I can think is, these are the hands that buried my mother. For Ning, the only thing worse than losing her mother is knowing that it's her own fault. She was the one who unknowingly brewed the poison tea that killed her, the poison tea that now threatens to also take her sister. When Ning hears of a competition to find the kingdom's greatest Shenong Shi, masters of the ancient and magical art of tea making, she travels to the imperial city to compete. The winner will receive a favor from the princess, which may be Ning's only chance to save her sister's life. But between the backstabbing competitors, bloody court politics, and a mysterious and handsome boy with a shocking secret, Ning might actually be the one in more danger. You'll have to read this book to see how this turns out. This book's been getting a lot of buzz, so I thought it would be fun to include a YA book today.
My next one is The Magicians by Lev Grossman. Quentin Coldwater is brilliant but miserable. A senior in high school, he's still secretly preoccupied with a series of fantasy novels he read as a child, set in a magical land called Filroy. Imagine his surprise when he finds himself unexpectedly admitted to a very secret, very exclusive college of magic in upstate New York, where he receives a thorough and rigorous education in the craft of modern sorcery. He also discovers all other things people learn in college: friendship, love, sex, booze, boredom. Something is missing, though. Magic doesn't bring Quentin the happiness and adventure he dreamed it would. After graduation, he and his friends make a stunning discovery. Fillory is real. But the land of Quentin's fantasy turns out to be much darker and more dangerous than he could have imagined. His childhood dream becomes a nightmare with a shocking truth at its heart. So, The Magicians, which was made into a series,
I was going to say. My third pick is a famous person that a lot of you will recognize. It's The Life and Many Deaths of Harry Houdini by Ruth Brandon, published in 2003. For many performers, stage life and real life are separate identities. For master illusionist Harry Houdini, the two are inextricably linked. In this widely acclaimed biography, Ruth Brandon shows how Houdini's obsession with his own mortality drove him to create death-defying stunts that not only captivated the public, but also subdued his own raging psychological demons. As Brandon relates Houdini's methods of escape, she asks, what was he trying to escape from? Her exploration of the psychic landscape of one of the most endearingly famous performers of the 20th century makes for an utterly fascinating read. She reveals much that is new: how Houdini invented a phantom son, why he wrote long daily letters to his wife Bess, who lived one floor below him, his combative relations with mediums and spiritualists, including Arthur Conan Doyle, and the first full description of his fabled death. This definitive biography allows readers to peer into Houdini's psyche and understand him more deeply than ever before. So, we're living in the Fox Cities. Felt like I had to include Harry Houdini in my picks.
So this next one is a little bit different. This is like if you want to create your own magic or see the magic around you. It's called Big Magic. It's nonfiction. It's by Elizabeth Gilbert, who is the author of Eat, Pray, Love, which was very inspiring. And it is about how creative living beyond fears, like how to get past your fear and do creative life. So it's very good. Gilbert offers insights into the mysterious nature of inspiration. She asks us to embrace our curiosity and let go of needless suffering. She shows us how to tackle what we most love and how to face what we most fear. She discusses the attitudes, approaches, and habits we need in order to live our most creative lives. Balancing between soulful spirituality and cheerful pragmatism, Gilbert encourages us to uncover the strange jewels that are hidden within each of us. Whether we're looking to write a book, make art, find new ways to address challenges in our work, embark on a dream long deferred, or simply infuse our everyday lives with more mindfulness and passion. So, yeah.
It's an interesting pick, Jill.
Yeah. Magical.
My fourth pick is The Magician's Lie by Greer McAllister, published in 2015. And two previous books that I reviewed, Water for Elephants and The Night Circus, meet in this book, sort of.
Nice.
It's a debut novel in which the country's most notorious female illusionist stands accused of her husband's murder, and she has only one night to convince a small-town policeman of her innocence. So, the amazing Arden is the most famous female illusionist of her day, renowned for her notorious tricks of sawing a man in half on stage. One night in Waterloo, Iowa, with young policeman Virgil Holt watching, she swaps her trademark saw for a fire axe. Is it a new version of the illusion, or an all-too-real murder? When Arden's husband is found lifeless beneath the stage later that night, that answer seems clear. But when Virgil happens upon the fleeing magician and takes her into custody, she has a very, very different story to tell. Even handcuffed and alone, Arden is far from powerless, and what she reveals is as unbelievable as it is spellbinding. Over the course of one eerie night, Virgil must decide whether to turn Arden in or set her free. And it will take all he has to see through the smoke and mirrors. So this one sounded like an interesting pick for me.
The next one is The City of Broken Magic. This is also the first in a series. It's by Mara Bolender. 500 years ago, Magi created a weapon they couldn't control, an infestation that ate magic, and anything else they came in contact with. Enemies and allies were equally filling. Only an elite team of non-magical humans known as sweepers can defuse and dispose of the infestations before they spread. Most die before they finish training. Laura, a new team member, has stayed alive longer than most. Now she's the last and only sweeper standing between the city and a massive infestation. So it's one person. Wow.
My last pick is an author I'm not familiar with. I don't read a lot of magic and magician books, but this is C.M. Wagoner's Unnatural Magic, which was published back in 2019. Ona can write the parameters of a spell faster than any of the young men in her village school. But despite her incredible abilities, she's denied a place at the nation's premier arcane academy. Undaunted, she sails to the bustling city-state of Hexos, hoping to find a place at a university where they don't think there's anything untoward about providing a woman with a magical education. But as soon as she arrives, she's drawn into the mysterious murder of 4 trolls. So sounds like an interesting read too. Have to read this one and find out what happens next to Ona and the trolls.
Well, we hope we offered you some ideas on what to read. And if you don't like it, Monty has showed you that librarians are magical and we can make the books better.
And we want to say next week, Monty's partnering with the Kimberly Public Library starting Tuesday at 1:30 at the Kimberly Library. He's got 6 weeks of magic classes. First is magic with cards. Then the next week it's magic with money. Then magic with ropes. Magic with silks, mind reading and predictions, and impromptu magic. This is going to be for teens entering grades 6 through 12.
And if you come down and join them in the class, join us in the class, I'll teach you how to do that first book I showed you.
So thanks as always for watching. Like, comment, share. We always like to hear from you and hear what you're reading. Follow us on Facebook. Our videos also appear on our Kimberly Public Library website. We'll be sharing it with Monty, so he gets a shout out for this one. So thank you to Monty for having us, and thank you all for watching. Bye.